Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Atlanta Sea Colony live stream. My name is Adam Jewell. With me, as always, is my mediocrely handsome friend, Brendan Traxler. Brendan, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm all right. I had some mac and cheese for supper and some Bush's baked beans.
Wow, what a combo.
Yeah, well, we need to go grocery shopping soon, so I was kind of skimming the cabinets.
All right. Well,
What's new with you, buddy?
Not much. But hey, you had a nice little experience the other night while you're live streaming here on the ASC. Even though nobody really tuned in, I think we had people popping in and out. But
yeah, we had people popping in and out.
They missed all the good stuff there of you screaming like a little girl.
They did. However, as we speak, I'm uploading the highlights clip, so we can show that later.
I thought you already had that.
I didn't upload it to StreamYard yet.
Oh, you want to show them here? I see.
Yeah, might as well, right?
How long is it?
Like a minute.
Okay. Yeah,
we'll see if it uploads anyways.
We can watch a scream. That's okay.
It was a fun time.
All right, sure. I mean, whatever. So yeah, no. What's been going on? We don't talk as much as we do through the week anymore. We're busier, and getting busier. So
yeah, it's just the way life has kind of been, man. Starting to get colder and all that stuff up here. I'm trying to get yard work done while I still have a yard until the snow shows up. Leaves are falling, all that stuff. But hey,
right on.
Did you have a specific subject matter?
Yeah, I do. I got a couple things we're going to go over. One of them is very topical because it's all in news right now. It's something that I've thought about for a long time, and you kind of brought it up. And then because it's in the news and all that, and we've talked about, I think, in the past too, of how people can get involved with different ocean relief projects, and just different charities and stuff along those lines. And Mr. Beast. Anybody knows who he is? He's been in the news here. He's working to. I think it's like 30 tons. I think is what their goal is by the beginning of the year of trash out of the ocean, and they're already making headways on that. I got links to all this stuff we'll talk about too. But that was one of them. But you also recently did something with one of them, didn't you?
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
I've got the links.
Oh, okay. So Marine Life Mission is the one I had like an advertisement for it. And sorry, I was sidetracked here for a second. I always had these like advertisements for it just because I'm a big fan of sea turtles. I think they're cool. So of course Facebook's like mind tracking algorithms were able to like show stuff to me. And there was one called Marine Life Mission where you buy like usually you're selling like bracelets or necklaces or something like that, something with like a little pendant on it or whatever. But when you do that, they actually will send you a GPS thing where you can actually track a rescued sea turtle or like a rehabilitated sea turtle or whatever. So yeah, I did mine the other night. I haven't gotten my stuff yet, but so yeah, I was kind of excited about that.
That's cool. So is there like for that one? I mean, a lot of these it's arbitrary as how much you want to donate. Is it the same thing with that one?
So like you pay for the jewelry or whatever, and that's like somewhere between like $25-$35 for depending on what you're getting. But then you can like add a donation on top of that too. So yeah, I did. I threw like another $10 on top of my
sure. A lot of these, they with whatever, especially if they're like trying to clean the ocean. A lot of them were reusing the plastics and stuff they got out to put it back into stuff you can buy, which I think is really cool too. But yeah, I got several here. We'll run down. I just want to preface that we don't get a kickback from any of these companies or anything like that. We're not partners with any of them whatsoever. It's just these are ones that I've watched over the years. Several of them I've looked at heavier at than others. But I think the first one is the one we were just talking about. Well, I just threw the link in there for your Marine Life Missions for you. The other one is the one that I was talking about with Mr. Beast right now that he's working on, and Team C's.
Daddy, are you on live stream?
Yes, I am.
Said hi.
Just pretend she's not here. Just keep going.
Anyway, we got Team C's with Mr. Beast. They're the big one that's all in the news right now. The next two are the ones I've been looking at more and more. But what is that noise?
She's eating candy from Halloween.
For ocean.com, they've got a bunch of different stuff. I think they got the bracelet.
Now, which
thing too.
Which one's For Ocean? What do they do?
For Ocean is they're known for their bracelet is what they're really known for. They're ocean cleanup, and then they're one of the ones that recycle and stuff. And so this other one is the one that I think you and me talked about the other day as well, which is the ocean cleanup. And they're the ones that have like the boats, and they've got a bunch of different technology out there they're using right now to clean up the rivers as well as the oceans. They've got the boat that's been all around that sucks up everything like a conveyor belt and sorts it and stuff along those lines. They're doing a lot of stuff out there. And once again, like all these are arbitrary numbers. You can donate to them and see the results. And Fabian Cousteau's got his Ocean Learning Center where they do a lot of beach cleanup. I was actually last year, they were pretty close to here. I thought about going down there and doing a beach cleanup with his group, but wasn't able to work it out. And they do a lot of different stuff. The other one that I really want to do some kind of partnership with, because I'm a big fan of coral. I think it's beautiful. It's one of my biggest draws to the ocean. And that was a coral restoration organization where you can almost fund like coral, almost type of thing.
Right.
So yeah, and then the last one was Patty has their own called Patty Aware. Like I said, thousands of these organizations out there. These are just some of the ones that I was more aware of and had looked at in the past in different avenues. So, yeah. So those are all in the show notes and stuff. Gosh. So anyway,
the dog's down here too, by the way.
I was already asked. All you need is a dog down there next to. I said one of the first things we're going to do is get Adam his own office because it's obvious.
Do you need something?
No. But Mom's just looking for Amelia, so I had to come and get her.
Okay. Well, you found her. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Love you.
Okay, Daddy.
So, if you guys are wanting to donate or looking for something to do, it actually does make an impact. Any of these are good organizations, from what I can tell, to work with. Some of them you get little stuff back, like bracelets or whatever. Yeah. Or if you really want to be, yeah.
I was gonna say, or like what you were saying, like if there's like events going on by you that that you can participate in. I mean, that's always help too.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of them do have those. Now, I mean, obviously the Fabian Cousteau one does. I think the Team C's does. Some of the other ones not so much, but so good stuff. But yeah, it's one of those things where I have never been a major environmentalist or conservationist or anything along those lines. I believe that we should take care of what we have, but I don't necessarily go too far into that. It turns into a political thing a lot of times. I just try to really avoid that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do think those are important organizations, important things we do, especially as we're looking at putting underwater habitats and stuff down there. From the beginning, it's something we've talked about was it is in our best interest to keep these oceans as clean as possible because we want people to look out their windows and see beautiful oceans and not garbage floating outside their house or their habitat or business or whatever it may be. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, the ocean cleanup one that you brought up earlier, that one's always been really cool to me just because the guy that runs it, I mean, he started basically with the idea while he was still in high school, and like as soon as he graduated, like just went rolling with it. Like he got backing, and he had this prototype thing out there, and they're proving that it works. And they say, yeah, we have a long way to go, but this could definitely help. It could be a game changer in a lot of this. So it's really cool to see that.
Yeah, I'll shut off here. So here's the interceptor is what they call it. It's this boat, as you can see here. They got pictures of it in the river, and what they do is they usually like dock it towards the side of the river, or they got that. You can see here on the right, they got this thing anyway, and it slowly conveyor belts, all automated. It's all AI based, and it sucks the garbage up there, separates it all off, and they dispose of it and then recycle it. And then I think it's solar powered too, so it generates its own energy too. So not only is that, but it's clean energy that everything's doing too. Yeah, it's solar panels on top. So it's really cool. That I saw when they debuted this thing a few years ago. There's a big conference on it. It's pretty cool. So that's their big draw. And their focus is they talk about how most of the pollution and stuff comes from the rivers and then dumps into the ocean.
Right.
So if you stop it at its source, then you don't have to deal with trying to clean the ocean because you clean 80% of it, which is coming from the rivers. So that's really their focus. And they've got several of these out there now. I don't know how many they have. Last time I checked, there's like 5, I think, of them. And that was a year or so ago. So yeah, as I say, 80%. So,
yeah, I mean, and that's another thing too. I mean, one small thing is like be responsible with your trash. Like,
yeah,
and be around your community too. I mean, all this stuff. Not even that. Even if it doesn't end up in a river and stuff, it ends up like in like forests and pastures and wherever. Like stuff just like garbage is everywhere, and it's not good for anything. So it's like, but yeah, that's a really cool device. And I mean, do you know how many of those they have rolling right now?
Well, that's what I was saying. I like a couple years ago, it was like I think 5. Let me see if I can find it real quick, because I know they're making them as needed, but there are several rivers they wanted to tap, and I don't remember. Let's see if it says how many they have now.
Well, yeah, especially if you can get, enough people to donate and fund it to get it to basically at every river mouth in the world, really.
There's major ones they're talking. Well, it's showing here they got it on 3, so maybe it's 3. They're showing 3 rivers they're focused on right now. All of them are like Indonesia, Malaysia, and Dominican Republic are the 3.
And those ones have pretty high traffic.
Right, that's what they're saying. That's why. Mm-hmm.
Now, China's a big contributor of it too, right? Isn't that where a large...
Yeah, I think so. Well, yeah. Yeah, I was trying to see if there's anything on here, but no, I don't see. I don't see anything else. Yeah, I think it's any third world country is going to be a main contributor to it, just because
they don't have the
technology or once again knowledge too. A lot of it's education. Mm-hmm. You just don't know it better.
Well, and a lot of these places don't have like your local utilities, where they have people that come and pick up trash and take it to like a landfill or recycling centers and stuff like that, whatever it may be. So
I say when I lived in Guatemala, there was an area of town was called the dump, and they just took it there. People lived there, but also they just burn it off because they didn't recycle. It's just a big old part of town. They just dumped all this trash there. Mm-hmm. People had made houses out there out of the trash, and they were living out there because of the homeless population. But they also just burn it off, and there were certain you knew when they're burning trash off because the whole city
smelled like burnt trash.
Smelled burnt trash. So, but yeah, it's once as long as humans are around, there's going to be trash. It's trying to figure out what the best way of disposing of it is.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
That's our political soapbox for 2021.
And the dumb thing is that it shouldn't be a political conversation. It should just be common sense. That's like, take care of your trash. Don't be, sorry for the lack of better terms, don't be a jackass about it. And be responsible.
Even on land too.
What's that?
Even on land, it still drives me nuts in 2021 how people still litter. I personally do not understand it.
Yeah, like just throw stuff out the window and while they're driving. I've never understood it.
Yeah. But whatever. That's a conversation for another time.
Well, but I mean, it's stupid stuff like that because that guy that does that doesn't think like, I'm not the one contributing to the problem. It's like, well, you are technically.
It's a little bit.
In South Dakota, you'll always find a beer can somewhere in the middle of nowhere. There is a beer can like just rolling around somewhere.
But at the same time, side story, I knew a lady that back when I lived in Illinois, she funded her vacations by going on the side of the road and picking up cans and recycling them and taking that money, and it would I think once a year she'd take a vacation based off all the cans she was able to collect and recycle. So, hey, one man's trash.
I've always been, not always, like for a while now, I've been trying to figure out like what a guy could make, like if he was able to take like say a bunch of pop bottles and bottle caps and stuff, and like was able to melt them back down and like put them into some sort of mold and like reuse them. I know people do it, companies do it, but I'm just like wondering, like me personally, like if I were to get like say like an oven of some sort that can melt plastics to a certain point, if I had molds or whatever. But I don't know.
And speaking of which, over in the seasetting Discord, talking about Discord here, there's a guy that's working on something similar to that. His plan, obviously, when all of us were talking about underwater habitats or floating habitats, it's how to make it green, and a lot of them are looking at how to recycle plastics and stuff along those lines. This guy's working on a way that, because there's different plastics melt at different temperatures, but the thickness and what they're made of, it's along those lines. He's working on a recycler that will melt the different ones all together. So you can just throw all plastics in the thing; it'll melt them accordingly, and then you can whatever with the residue from it. So, if that's something that's interested you, especially plastic recycling, there's some great people over in the seasetting. Here, I'll pull up the seasetting Discord. Let me pull up their link here.
Pull it up. Pull it up, dog.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Yeah, because that'd be really interesting. I would want to look into that because I guess my, outside looking and not having any knowledge about it, having different melting points and stuff and trying to blend them all together, wouldn't it create weak points and stuff?
I don't know.
Because like if certain plastics stronger than others, I don't know. Maybe they do blend together just fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be a question for the guy that's doing it.
I guess so. Anyway, if you want to ask him or you want to hop in there is the Seasetting Discord. Bunch of good. I mean, there's so much information there. I've pretty much given up on trying to keep up with it. There's so many people in there. And there's so much stuff going on in there. So, yeah. Like some dead noise here. Did you have anything else to add to that?
No, not to that.
Okay. All right. So the other thing I was going to cover is just updates on what we've been doing. October was Adam's month where he got to lead the charge here and so we really didn't talk about too much else except for what you were focused on, which is cool. I appreciate having kind of a month off here of not have to work on that because meanwhile I was running around tons of emails, tons of stuff going on. Can you hear Luna?
A little.
Okay.
That's all right though. Not enough for anybody to care.
And so what we've been, and once again, we're not going to say too much because we don't have too many definitive things, but we do have some possibilities for locations that are good talks going on with that. We've been getting several new contacts. I've been getting emails from people, some stuff going on in Discord. One of the things that has come up over and over again, and something you even talked about early on, was concrete. And how could we work with concrete? I've always been very anti-concrete. And my reasoning for that was it's very unforgiving as far as you make it, and then the more holes and stuff in there, you got to patch those holes. But when I get looking at the phase 2, all there is a dome, a glass window on one end and a door on the other. So there's only two holes in that thing. So that might work great for a concrete. Plus it's going to be heavy, which we need. So what, I've got several contacts out there that, have been emailing me talking about concrete. So that's something we're looking into, as far as a possible building material for part of the habitat, at least. Phase 2, that is. The first one still is not going to be concrete outer hull, but
right.
And then and once again, either Patreon, I throw in some stuff in there as far as some conversations and stuff I'm having with some people that I'm trying to get on the podcast, get on the show. Period. That are underwater habitats and their knowledge and start picking their brains. Babe led us on to some guy, Sean Waterford, I think it was his name. And I've been having lots of good conversations with him. He's Australian. He's got a very interesting, once again, talking about concrete, he's got a concrete habitat that you see the designs. Let me see if I can pull up that link real quick. I can throw it in here for you guys. Yeah, here it is. So anyone wants to check out his work. There's what he's got going on. Here, I'll just bring it up on the screen too. Why?
Bring that bad boy up on the screen.
Why be chintzy about it? Kind of show what he's working on. Is it here? So yeah, go here to. As you can see, I'm trying to find good pictures of it. Yeah, you can kind of see here. It's a dome. You come in, and you swim in through the bottom, and you come up to the top because of it's like a side entered moon pool, which is I think was very unique. And then obviously you got a dome for pressure purposes and stuff along those lines. And with it being concrete, you've got the strength too. So as you there, so it's an interesting design. So I'm definitely talking to him more about that. Hopefully we can get him on and
it's a time zone difference, which is killing us there.
Yeah, I say I'll send him messages like late at night is when we usually end up chatting. So that's going to be interesting. But it's still it's someone in the underwater. And like I said, anybody that knows me knows I've reached out to pretty much everybody I can in the underwater habitat world. Just
around
because,
the world.
Yeah, we got a friend over in Turkey that we talked to. I just messaged him last week. We talked a little bit. Then we got this guy over in Australia. Obviously, all the different contacts here in the United States. Most of which seem to be over in this area, though, in the United States. They're all Florida, southern portion. So
yeah, you don't really hear about anybody out in like California and stuff.
But so yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. But like I say, as I said, Patreon is obviously one way that people are going to get a more VIP access. They're the ones that I go to for asking questions about, hey, we're having people on. What do you guys want to know? I put some information out there for them that isn't privy anywhere else besides Adam, of course. And then, our Discord, which is the other place I urge people to hop on there just because, hey, that's we got good conversation in there. It's been kind of quiet this weekend, partially because I haven't been in there doing anything because I've been busy with all these other emails and stuff. But here's that's not it. That's Ocean Builders, which I'll talk about here in a second. I got so many links over here. Here's our Discord link. So yeah, hop in there. Come chat with us. Have a good time. But yeah, so that's really what's going on with Landscape Colony. Really, kind of vague, and I don't like being vague, but I don't like to set up false. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, but that all being said, there's been lots of movement. Like we keep on talking, lots of movement this last half of this year here with conversations and stuff. So 2022 is looking pretty exciting.
Yeah. We had kind of a good conversation about that last week about, how I'd like to be more involved too.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's just a lot, 2020, still dealing with the ramifications of COVID and all that crap. 2019, obviously, we got super delayed and missed a lot of opportunities that we could have had in 2019.
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah. So, but, I mean, 2022 is looking...
It's not excuses. It's not excuses. I mean, I think everything works out in the perfect time, and it's working out where it is. We know more than we did back then. I feel more comfortable about things now. I've made better contacts over this period of time, too, to put us in a better place, too. It could always be better, but we're moving forward one way or the other. So, yeah. No risk, no reward.
No reward, no... I don't have anything to go with it.
But no, then off subject, Ocean Builders. I was going to plug them real fast because we threw some. I think the post came out today. I think I posted it out this morning. Man, they're doing some cool stuff over there, and they're really moving fast. If you're not familiar with Ocean Builders, definitely go check them out. They got not only they got a really cool website here, which I love their website, and but yeah, they're working. They're actually testing the spar, or what they call it, which is the base part that has these legs that come off on it. Let go over here to the blog. I can show you. They got this blog where they're showing off everything they're doing. They're putting out updates almost every day about what's going on. And if you go to their blog, they've got video updates every day too. So we'll get in here. But there's Grant on the spar. Then the pod sits here on top of this. So you can kind of see what they're pulling that thing out to the ocean here to test it. So yeah, I mean they're
look at those waters too. Those waters look nice.
Yeah, it is. That's down Panama.
Man, it's not. Is that the boat that they're having pull it?
I mean, yeah, as you can see, under the water, it still goes down because it has to anchor it as far as so there's no sway side to side. But yeah, I mean, it's not moving too much, even though they're not too far out either. But still, it's not rocking. which is the whole plan. It's not supposed to.
Yeah, you don't want it to.
But yeah,
cool.
anyway, yeah, it is very cool. So yeah, definitely check out their blog. Like I said, they got tons of articles in here with videos with each one showing off some of the tech they're doing, some of the different design elements, some really cool stuff. So yeah, very big fans of what they're doing down there. We will one day be putting out videos like that. We've talked quite extensively about how that's going to go down as far as almost making a show out of it of how to build an underwater habitat. And that is will be coming once we start construction too. So that's cool.
I'm all about that.
Yeah. But anyway, like I say, with me, I just wanted to really give some updates here for our first week back, getting ready to go in the holiday season. Were we doing these live last Christmas?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So I'll be curious to see, if we need to take a break or if people aren't tuning in and stuff along those lines. It may be until we take a break for December or something along those lines, or just maybe like specialized.
Maybe those last 2 weeks at least.
Yeah. So
that's because that's going to be a busy time for a lot of people anyways.
Right. But anyway. But hey, for the people who are watching this now or later, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to tune in and watch this. So thanks.
Yeah. I got that video uploaded.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, why not?
Enjoy the highlights that you missed from the Halloween live stream of me playing a horror game called Under Depths of Fear. And I made Brendan log on and talk to me while I played it because I was already scared. So
but I was busy doing other stuff while we were watching, so I wasn't even seeing what he was doing because I was busy and working on emails and stuff.
So here's that clip. It's just a short clip. Ah! God damn it! I want to know. Ah! God! What's this? Dare not turn around. Ah! God dang it!
What? You're gonna burn through all your matches just chilling out here.
Ah!
You're idiots.
Something was chasing me. Babies. Jesus.
What? I look away for a second and you start screaming and everything.
Right? Oh. And this opening here, like this weird thing just walked by. It went that way.
Chase it down.
Ah! Brendan!
I'm watching it. I see it.
All right, hold on. So if I did keep watching, because then you'll see this spot I'm talking about. Hold on. Ah! So that was that. And normally, I don't scream like that.
Yes, you do. What I appreciate is the fact that you're crouching the whole game.
Yeah. Makes it less scary.
But yeah. So yeah, that's playing video games with Adam. That's what it's like.
Even if it's not a scary game, that's just what happens.
No.
We play Mario Kart or whatever. I'm still like, ah!
Yeah.
All right. You want me to go through the run through?
Why not?
All right, guys. OMCcolony.com. Where you're going to find all of our social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, our Discord channel, TikTok, all the good stuff. Make sure to join the Discord channel. We got a lot of fun things going on over there. Also, it's been a few weeks since I gave it a shout out, but the the resource page on there. Brendan's got a lot of good resources out there. Book references and podcasts, stuff that, like, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, go to that, have some more stuff. Also, AtlantaSeaColony.com/merch. I usually keep my ASC hat right here, and I don't have that hat with me right now. I have a different hat, so I can't show that off. But you got the ASC shirt on right now. So yeah, go to ASC.com/merch. Atlanta Sea Colony. Did I say ASC.com? Anyways, AtlantaSeaColony.com/merch.
And the thing with that too is we've got actually in the works right now a new piece of artwork that I hopefully be getting in any day now. I'm hoping it looks cool. I'm skeptical, but I've always been impressed every other time I've submitted artwork too. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited because we talked about what we want on there. So
yeah.
And when you buy some of our merch, a little bit of that comes to us, and this helps promote it. It's marketing. It's the brand, my friends. So say you want to make a one-time donation. There's two ways you can do that. You can do Cash App. Cash App's easy. A lot of people use Cash App. $ Atlanta Sea Colony. And that goes right to the Atlanta Sea Colony project. Same if you go to paypal.me/Atlanta Sea Colony. That you can do any amount through there. Now go over to us. Or if you're like, hey, I just want to be on a recurring basis. How do I be on a recurring basis? Go to patreon.com/Atlanta Sea Colony. Earlier, Brendan mentioned that we have kind of some exclusives for the Patreon members where they have some input on our live stream. They have access to a special channel on our Discord for talking with Brendan and I. So there's little perks to it, but if you want to donate $1 to $5 a month, that's the way you can do it. Also very helpful. Also, thanks to our current patrons, Edward Haas, Brian Acosta, S. Babe Hyde, and Matthew Cathy. So thank you guys for your help with that.
And one thing I got thinking about too is one other way people can give it, and I don't know, I've never done it, I don't know how it works, but Twitch, you can donate on Twitch as well. I think like with bits and stuff like that, which turn into monetary and stuff along those lines too. So if you are a Twitch watcher, which we do have some from time to time, that is another way you can do it.
Yeah, all that helps.
Also, talking about helping, is subscribing to our YouTube channel. I know there's a lot of people that are watching that will see this and aren't subscribed. Please subscribe, like the video, subscribe. And that goes for Facebook and Twitch and everything like that. Like it, share it. Yeah.
Comment on it.
Yeah, comment on it. I try to respond to all comments unless it's a bot. I don't really respond to them, but because really, you
Skynet's not going to get us.
Yeah. So because we haven't had Fred Durst in a while. But anyway,
what about that?
Yeah. There's as far as like the other companies out there or businesses that are working on this, there's not too many others that are as social media forward as we are. I mean, Dennis Chamberlain may I'm not sure his project is all that. He's got a nice Facebook group where they talk about stuff, but most of it's not even about his project at all. So I think we're probably the only one out there that really puts out stuff that actually people like and comment on. There's other ones that put stuff out there, but nobody really likes or comments on it. So I appreciate anybody that does take the time out of their day to, once again, interact with us, show the interest, because it matters.
Yeah, and Brett and I are always open to, if you guys find cool stuff that you think we should share on our social medias, send it to us. Let us know, and we'll put it on the pages or something. I run the social medias for the most part, and I'm all about, like, if somebody wants to send me an article, a video, or whatever, something cool, we'll share that bad boy. We'll share it.
Yep.
So,
and talking about social media, and we're working on some of our own branded social media stuff too. That's ASC only and not shared from other outside sources too. So that's hopefully going to be in 2022. We're going to have, once again, more stuff for 2022. That hopefully that's coming then.
Yeah. It's going to be a big year.
Big. It's going to be huge.
huge. Having said all that, Brendan, anything else?
Yeah. Nah, I think so. I'm good.
All right, guys. Thank you once again for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday, 7:30 Central. Love you.
Bye.